Good morning, this is Sarah, your healthy carnivore in the UK. Day 48. Yay! Day 48, love to get to that. That's day 48 with no sweeteners, no dairy, just good old animal products. And I'm very happy. But this video is going to be a little bit negative a little bit later on. But so if you've come in just to check that I'm still going, absolutely. Day 48. Here's a little screenshot of my counter. You can see on there, 47 days have passed, which means today is the start of the 48th day. So that's the bit you might have been tuning in for. And if that's the case, as Mitch would say, you can now go and have the day off and eat meat. But the topic of today, I like to try and think of a topic. And last night I was wondering where a topic was going to be, and then it came to me. Now, here's a disclaimer. I'm a massive believer in free speech. I'm a massive believer in not cancelling people just because they have a different opinion to you. It's a very dangerous path, and I am not going to be the channel that bashes other channels. I'm going to big up other channels. If I do a reaction video, it's always going to be one that I've seen that's helped me, positively influenced me, and that I think may be able to help or positively influence another person. So that's what my channel is about, uplifting. But sometimes there will be a grumble and sometimes there will be a moan. This video is about what can we measure? What can we measure to measure our journey and our success? Now, for some of us, that will be the scales. For others, it will be the tape measure. But the people that struggle, you know, lots of people lose weight on carnivore. Lots of people lose it quickly too. But there are another group of people who have a lot of healing to do, and they don't lose weight very quickly. And for some of them, it's a long wait. Now, I don't want to scare you, but the longest I have ever heard, this is an extreme example. The longest I've ever heard of someone having to wait to heal before their body fat sorts itself out is 3 years. Now that's unusual, very unusual. I don't hear that very often. Most people start losing body fat at the 4-week mark. They lose some inflammation in the beginning, then they stop for a bit, and then the weight starts, and then the fat starts falling off. Job done, fantastic. And for those people, weighing yourself on the bathroom scales is going to be incredibly inspiring, and monitoring that is going to be incredibly fantastic. Now here comes the slight moan. Now, as I said, I'm not a channel basher and I'm not a people basher. And I don't want my comments to turn into that either. But I have seen a video in the last couple of days that's made me feel sad. Someone I love very much, and I want that channel to become 1 million subscribers, 2 million. I want it to get even bigger than Canberry, because that channel is onto something. But we did have an opinion this week that we should be weighing every day for monitoring our success. And they're perfectly entitled to that opinion. And lots of comments underneath said, totally agree, completely agree, we should be weighing ourselves every day. And I thought, what if you have a female that isn't going to start losing weight till she's done it for 7 months? Is that a good advice for her? If you've got someone that's, you know, got so much internal healing, our bodies are on their own time schedule, okay? Our bodies are in charge. And the good thing about carnivore, it is allowing our body to now take control. It decides what it's going to heal first. And from what I've seen, it's going to heal your hormones first. It's going to sort out your visceral fat and the unhealthy fat on the inside. The body is going to deal with what it thinks is the most important thing. So put your body in a state of healing, and your body is now going, yes, thank you. I'm now going to sort my shit out. And it will go in and it will sort out. But it will start off with the things that it thinks are the most serious first. In your body's mind, in your mind's mind, in your fantastic computer that we can't override, by the way, our body's internal chemistry, we can't override it. We can give it the right fuel and get out of its way, but we can't dictate to it what it's going to do. And for many of us, the external vanity fat that we'd prefer to lose, it's not interested in that. It doesn't care about that. It doesn't care about how you look. Your body on the inside only cares about sorting out all your internal problems. That's all it cares about. Your body's job is to keep you alive as long as possible. And when you're in healing mode, it's going to sort out, it's going to go and go, right, okay then, lads, what do we need to sort out here? Right, we've got a fat around the liver there. Let's get rid of that first. And it's going to deal with that first. Oh, hormones are slightly out of whack. Let's start thinking about fixing those. Okay. Your body's not interested in vanity or what you look like to your friends. It's only interested in getting you healed. And so you may have seen the video I'm talking about. Please, 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 you know, keep this to yourself that I'm even doing this video, because I want to be a negative no to anyone in the carnivore community. We're all doing an amazing job, and the channel I'm talking about is one of the best. But please don't comment down below who you think the channel is. This is not channel bashing. This is just my reaction to that video, but without being, you know, all inflammatory and cutting and nasty. I'm just saying, okay, this is my opinion on the subject. You don't have to follow my opinion either. This is the beauty of having freedom of speech. People are allowed to say what they think. And over the last 4 or 5 years, freedom of speech has been seriously compromised. Have you noticed? I'm going to be controversial just for a second. I'm guessing I won't be the only person, because it's impossible not to notice. I won't be the only person that noticed that during 2020, the dislike button got removed. You can dislike a video on YouTube, but it won't count. Did you notice that? I think you'd had to have been living on a different planet or only just been born yesterday to not notice that they're not counting the dislikes. Which means that from 2020, can't think why, don't even want to go there. YouTube and the powers that be and the people that control information and control what we're allowed to hear stopped counting the dislikes because there were videos on there that were inflammatory against guidelines or videos that were pro guidelines, and they had millions and millions of down ticks, and they were like, well, we can't have people seeing how many down ticks there are on a video, we're just going to scrap it. So you can click down like on a video, but by the way, I didn't click down like, you know, dislike on this video that I saw, because this person is absolutely entitled to say what they think. You know, the people that promote weighing are generally the people that do lose the weight quite quickly within a sensible, acceptable amount of time. And so they think that perhaps everyone should be measuring themselves in that way. So, okay, so I've had my little moan. And so what do I think? Yes, we should measure ourselves in some way. And I'm not talking about measuring ourselves. I'm talking about measuring success. How do we measure success? And for me, it's become, you know, I didn't weigh myself from day one. I didn't use a tape measure from day one, because I know that if the scales are not going down, the tape measure ain't either. Sorry, Sarah. Your tape measure doesn't move unless your scales do. That's just how it's going to go for you. So there's no point measuring yourself with a tape measure either. For some of you, you might have the scales that go up, but the tape measure goes down. Keep doing that. Keep measuring that. Celebrate it. So what then? What can you measure then? And for me, it does come down to a really simple thing. Measuring my days. Waking up every morning thinking, yes. Instead of every morning getting on the scales and going, oh, another day of no movement. I'm waking up every day, looking at my day counter app and going, yes. Yes. I'm now at 36. I'm now at 37. I'm now at 41. Any minute now I'm going to be at 50. This is measuring my success, because my journey now has all come down to how long I can do it. Don't care about the weight. I wish I could drop weight. I don't know when it's going to be for me. And many of us, especially females over 40, 45, 50, we don't know when it's going to be for us. And that can be incredibly frustrating. And if that's you, I so hear you and I so feel you. And I am with you every step of the way. There is nothing worse than being on a journey that's, you know, extreme compared to what other people are doing. You know, it's not an extreme way to eat. It's actually how we're supposed to be eating, but normal eating these days has become so far away from natural that the way that carnivores have chosen to eat is so restrictive compared to all of our family and friends. If we're not getting instant, obvious results, it's incredibly frustrating. So I get it, totally get it. And I am with you. And it's very, when I used to do Slimming World, we used to talk about empathy. Not sympathy, not, oh, but empathy. I would be very cross. Wouldn't you be very cross, Barbara, if you gained weight this week? Oh, yes, Deirdre, I'd be very cross if I'd lost weight this week. Empathy. I don't know when that's going to be for me. I'm secretly hoping there's going to be a meetup in the UK next August. It's still rumours, so there are no concrete plans for this, but I believe at some point in the not too distant future, there's going to be a meetup in the UK that's big. I may get there and be the same weight as I am now. And I need to be okay about that. You know how in one of Kerry from Homestead House videos, one of his early videos, he talks about, you know, for him, it wasn't about the weight. Well, I would say, and this is my opinion, I'm allowed an opinion, I would say he probably wouldn't have got the following and the interest in him if he had held on to the weight, just saying. But obviously for him, the health benefits were important, and he had some nasty ones and they've been sorted, and that is fantastic. But, you know, I am worried that I'm even going to get to a year and not look different. I have to live with that. I have to go down that 365-day journey and just pray that when I come out the other side of that 365 days, I am smaller. But I also am I have to manage my expectations. This is an expression I use a lot in the real world. I'm going to have to manage my expectations here, because I may have messed around so much that it may be that it takes me 2 whole years before my body's like, right, I'm done with all my healing. Now the fat's going to fall off. And I'm happy with that. I don't care what I weigh. I don't think weighing yourself every single day, sorry to this person from this channel if you did end up watching this, and even if you did end up watching this, you're probably not going to watch all the way through because it's long now. I don't think weighing yourself every day is a natural, healthy, normal human behaviour. You know? I can't imagine some people that have always been carnivores in the wild and they live a tribal lifestyle, have got some weigh station next to their little wooden shack, and every day they're popping on there to check that they still weigh the same as they did the day before. I don't think weighing yourself constantly multiple times a day or every day is a normal, natural human behaviour. And if you're confident that you're eating the most healing way possible and you know the weight's going to come down, there's no point. There's no point in weighing yourself. Sorry, that's my opinion. There will be people that say, no, absolutely have to weigh yourself, otherwise you're not monitoring your progress. Well, my progress is from my day counting app. That is how I am measuring. It tells me how many days have passed, so I just have to add one on to figure out what day I'm on. Mine says 47 days passed. I'm on day 48. Okay, because on my very first day it said 0 because that day hadn't passed yet. So I've completed 47 days. I'm now on the 48th. Very happy, very strong. At this precise second in time, the 365 days does not look daunting. I haven't wavered. My confidence in my ability to finish this hasn't faltered. Yes, I've had a couple of times on the beach when I was a bit hungry and was a bit mad at the situation I was in. But it was a case of I was just going to ride through that difficulty. I wasn't going to just go and eat rubbish. I was just going to ride it out and be miserable until I can get my food into me and feel good again. And that's good practice. The thing is, I used to be able to lose weight. When I very first found Carnivore, it was back in the end of 2014, very nearly a year ago now, very nearly 10 years ago now. And I'm telling you, I decided to go on some kind of health kick and the weight just fell off me. But, so it just goes to prove that, yes, on-off Carnivore, you can still get some health benefits, but on-off Carnivore, you can still mess yourself up. Because back in 2014, I've told you this in a previous video, I gave up sugar, I lost 10 pounds in 10 days. No joke. It seems like a joke to me. I can't even believe it happened. Maybe I dreamt it, but when I look back at photographs of myself back at that time, the story tells a different story. And then decided to give up wheat, lost another 10 pounds in 10 days. Literally just, I mean, obviously it was water weight and inflammation weight. Maybe I was just more inflamed then. That's a good point. I may be, when you look at the photo of me, I might add it in there now. There's the photo of me in 2014. Maybe I just was very inflamed. Maybe I was so stressed, my body was just holding on to a lot of inflammation weight, because I lost 20 pounds very quickly within about 3 weeks, which is insane. And then I steadily lost some fat to the tune of 15 pounds, and so that took me to 35 pounds loss by the time I got to February the next year. The reason I stopped that is in another video. I don't need to repeat that. But maybe I was just younger and just able to shred quicker, or maybe I was just more broken then. I was not sleeping. Terrible, terrible sleep. My son didn't sleep from birth, and he didn't, you know, and if he was ill, he was awake all the time. So was I, because when you're a mummy, you're awake too. And maybe I just was more inflamed, but I know that the weight fell off me, and that's very motivating. But if you are not getting those early drops at the same time as feeling like crap because you're trying to transition, there's a really good chance you're going to go, I can't be bothered. I'll do it later. I'll do it when I'm 50. I'll do it when I'm 52. It's still not too late. I'll just do it a bit later. That's a thought process I've had as well. Don't worry about it. You're not that sick. Doctors can't find anything wrong with you. We'll just do it a bit later when life's a bit easier. And no, I've decided now. Now. So, this was quite waffly. I was thinking about what I was going to say in the shower. Of course, that's where I plan most of my videos. I just wanted to say I disagree with weighing every day. I do agree there should be some form of progress measurement. And for me, it's because I've decided to do 365 days, to hell with the weight, to hell with my waist measurement, to hell with everything else. I want to say I've done 365 days. So if that's the most important thing to me, what I weigh is none of my business. What the tape measure says is none of my business. I'm certainly not going to do any tweaking. I'm certainly not going to do any forced fasting. I'm not going to do any counting. I'm not going to be measuring my protein and my fat and my calories or anything. I'm just counting my days. I'm carnivore today. I was carnivore yesterday. I'm planning to be carnivore tomorrow. That's all I need to know in the moment. No tweaking, no faffing around, no, you know what I mean? I have chosen my method of measuring my success on days. And so I respectfully and love you very much, the person that said it. Don't get me wrong. And please, please don't comment underneath if you know who said it, because it doesn't matter. This is never going to be a channel that bashes other channels. I'm always going to be talking as positively and uplifting as possible. And if I do talk about other videos, it's because they were really, 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 really motivating and helpful and inspirational to me. And I hope that they are to you too. Okay, this is now double the length of what I try to do my videos. So people that like to hear me waffling on, this is a good one. We've got no sun in the UK again. I think summer's done. Luckily, I'm at that happy phase of carnivore where my chemistry is starting to change and I'm feeling happy just for no reason. So hopefully I'll be able to ride out the ridiculous, silly, stupid weather we're having today. Eat your meat, drink your water, and if you need an epiphany, pop in the shower and get some grounding and be as natural as possible. Try not to weigh yourself every day because I don't think you need to. If it means that much to you, carry on. We've all got personal choice. And thrive. Take care, bye.